By Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Breathe deep, the gathering gloom. Watch lights fade from every room. Today was a call-in sick day, I hope. I mean, I typically, if I was you, reserve those for joyous occasions when you have a hangover. But, oh boy, I mean, stepping out of the rack this morning, putting feet on the ground, and heading to your job must have been a very difficult process. I do feel for you. Absolutely. And my return trip to Houston, I didn't realize that Duval turned into London. It is absolutely freezing here in our great city. But that's okay. The sun will shine again. This football team, massive questions. Again, you get out of here with more questions than answers. And, just let me say this. I think the worst three words in sports are get over it. Screw that. You hope the team gets over it. You hope the coaching staff gets over it. You as a fan, bro, you gotta suffer. I mean, you can't possibly turn the page on this one. This has to run through every organ of your body for at least 72 hours. Okay? I mean, there's just no other way to look at it. Take the pain. Sit back and deal with it. You're a Jaguars fan. Whether you signed up for this or not, this is what this franchise has done basically year after year after year after year after year. Now, the shocking part of all of this for me is I didn't see it with this staff. I didn't see it with this team. I thought they were a smarter bunch. I thought somehow someone would be able to make a play, whether it was on offense or whether it was on defense. All you really had to do was make one play, and you allowed Davis Mills, for crying out loud, a 14-play, 80-yard drive. Actually, it went 93 yards, okay, because 13 of which were penalized by Jackson, which was just a terrible call. Okay, Jarian Jones, that was a bad call. There were some really bad calls in this football game, but bottom line, it shouldn't have come down to that, right? You forced a couple of early takeaways. You were basically doing whatever you wanted to do defensively in the first half. The offense was really kind of gross. You just took advantage of those two early takeaways, which led to 10 points in the first quarter. That was perfect. That's exactly what you needed. And you could not, pull away from Houston. But I thought the officiating was just terrible. I don't fully get the Trayvon Walker penalty and situation. As a matter of fact, we're going to play that for you here coming up in just 1 minute. I did ask Liam Cohen about this after the game and caught up with Trayvon Walker, and I'll play for you what he had to say about this. But that was a huge factor because 3 plays after the fact, Woody Marks rolls in for a touchdown, and what looked like it would be a 20-3 game with the possibility of Jacksonville getting back to football, all of a sudden it was a 20-10 game. At the time, it may not have seemed like it was that big of a deal, but in my opinion, it ended up being so. All right. Dylan and I talked about this last week. Regardless of how this game went, if they lost, the blame was going to be on Trevor Lawrence. And there's really no other way to say it. Whether it's right or wrong, whether it's fair or unfair, he was going to be the guy who was going to get called out more than anyone else. You cannot lose to a Davis Mills, a guy who has 6 career wins. He's 6-19 with a tie. 3 of those 6 wins have come at the heels of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lawrence is getting the blame. There are others out there that are defending Lawrence. We're going to dive deep into this again on into the night. And, where I'm at, the excuses, the defense of Trevor Lawrence in some circles, I get, I understand. The flip side is he's got to make plays. I mean, we have talked about advancing. We have talked about developing, about growing, about not being average. Can this football team find elite players? Do they have any elite players? If I was to rank them beginning this season, number one for me would have been Brian Thomas Jr., a colossal disappointment. Number two might have been Josh Hines-Allen, another big-time disappointment. Number three may have been Trayvon Walker, a big disappointment. Injury has certainly affected that, but bottom line, he still hasn't gotten the job done. Maybe number four would be Trevor Lawrence. Not happening. I mean, just look at the numbers again. Not happening for Trevor Lawrence. It's not working. So far this year, his completion percentage is 59.5%. His quarterback rating is 79.3%. And again, you can fill in everything. The offensive line was terrible. Look at the fourth quarter alone. Every drop back, he was pressured. That is not a misprint, okay? The 3 sacks, 100% pressure rate every single time Trevor Lawrence dropped back in the fourth quarter. That is not all his fault. But still, it's time. Something has to happen for this quarterback who was supposed to be a generational talent and a franchise guy. He has to make a play. And he didn't. Well, kind of, right? He did complete the ball to Parker Washington, and obviously Cam Little has snapped out of his slump. It would have been a game-winning opportunity, but you got yet another penalty, this time on Chuma Edoga, who gave you 17 snaps. He allowed a sack and had 2 penalties. Again, another guy who had a brilliant camp. I mean, it was talk at the Miller Electric Center going back to the month of August that you're not going to be able to keep Chuma Edoga out of your lineup. He killed this team yesterday. He was visibly upset about it, which I guess is, I don't know. At least he showed some emotion in a clutch deal. But, I mean, there's all sorts of warts here. But Trevor Lawrence is going to be the premier guy who gets blamed. I'm also seeing on the defensive side, Josh Hines-Allen is getting crushed. Josh Hines-Allen was a no-show yesterday. I didn't see him in the locker room. He was gone. He got back in, showered, and headed for the plane. Okay, he was not, and that's disappointing. He's a leader. He should answer that call. Yeah, I remember him last year in Philadelphia telling us, I don't want to go over that again, about how hard they played and whatever. There's no moral victories in the NFL. Hines-Allen just packed it in, said, I'm getting out of here. And I did think the locker room was down to a level that I haven't seen in a number of years. And I just wonder, what is that going to be like now with the Chargers coming in here? This is a really good football team. Jacksonville hasn't been here in 5 weeks. I expected this environment to be incredible. When Jacksonville's up 19 in the fourth quarter, when Jacksonville's up 17-0, 20-10 at half, 29-10 into the fourth quarter, I'm thinking, this is pretty cool. And I tell you what's going to be even better. Next Sunday in Duval, here come the Chargers, the home fans. You've waited 5 weeks for this opportunity. 5, which is just criminal in a league like this. That you mix in a London game, you mix in a bye, okay, and you have to wait 5 freaking weeks to get a home game. It's wrong, okay? We need the revenue stream, though. We need that from the good folks in England. Nonetheless, that totally changes now, and it should for you. I'm not telling you not to go to the game. Of course, I want you to support the team, but it's going to be a totally different element. It's going to be a totally different expectation. Now rolling in there on Sunday, I imagine you believe, for the most part, this team is going to lose. The Chargers are a better team. That would have been the exact opposite if they were able to hang on a day ago, and unfortunately, they were unable to get that done. All right, so we're going to have a ton to do here over the next couple of hours. Plenty of reaction from the Jaguars locker room yesterday. Before I head to this break, you can look at it from any angle you want. Here's what I can't get over. The fourth quarter. Jacksonville, 3 plays, minus 4 yards and a punt. Okay? They took 2:12 off the clock. Next possession, Jacksonville, 3 plays, 6 yards. Punt. Took a $1.19 off the fourth quarter clock. Final possession ended up in the fumble and return for a touchdown. 3 plays, 9 yards. You took 31 seconds off the clock. The flip side of that equation. Okay? Houston, 13 plays, 65 yards. They take 4:17 off it, a TD. Houston, 6 plays, 51 yards. They take 2:35 off the clock, a touchdown. Then they go on a Davis Mills-led 14-play, 93-yard drive. Okay? Very, very similar to what we saw with Jake Browning. And again, officials came in. Remember the call on Travis Hunter at Cincinnati. That should not have been called. It was the wrong call. Same thing in this ballgame with Jarian Jones. Okay? That was very good coverage on that play. Nonetheless, 5 minutes and 39 seconds, a touchdown, 21 straight points, not to mention them scoring late in the third quarter to add another touchdown. That's a 26-0 run to wrap up this game right here against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see. As a matter of fact, tonight's show is brought to you by Shmunez Vision. I got a text today from Dr. Neil Shmunez who said he had some things he had to do. He butted out in the fourth quarter. And, you're up 19. I'm not laughing here because it's funny. I'm laughing here because it's insane, right? I mean, you're up 19. You're thinking, just run the ball, take some clock, right? Make a play, and you get out of there with a W. So he's away, for 20, 30 minutes, comes back and sees what actually did transpire. And obviously, as a Jaguars fan, he is frustrated, just like so many are right here in the city. But it is the good folks of Shmunez Vision who do help you bring opening comments each and every night. Now, no matter where you are with the sun going down, your eyes probably aren't as strong as they were when you got up this morning, right? How about an appointment today? Get your latest as far as a prescription, and then start asking questions. You could be a candidate for laser eye surgery. It's incredibly affordable. They also don't use these advanced machines as far as technology to add on a price. Now, they have all those machines, and if it's something that is needed, certainly they will have you with it, but oftentimes it doesn't even apply. Okay, it's just a way for competing companies to add an extra amount to your overall bill. They're never going to do that at Shmunez Vision. Always their thought is we're going to give you the best and the most value for your money. So check them out online. Just go to Shmunez Vision, Dr. Catherine Shmunez, Dr. John Hunt as well, 37 years worth of experience. You can also get all of the testimonials on Instagram at Shmunez Vision. All right, we are looking forward to this tonight. I recommend you getting it out, even if that's on our text line at 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Even if that is on YouTube tonight at 1010XL into the night. Don't keep this bottled up. Let out your emotions on just a brutal loss that did occur yesterday at the hands of the Houston Texans. We'll look at it all over the next couple of hours. Great to have you with us.
Get everything you need to know for your weekend on Pre-Game Friday.
We've saved the best for last.
Who's in, who's out, who's on Upset Watch.
And I like it.
Pre-Game Friday, built by Dreamfinders Homes on 1010XL.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
Pick
Pickett here with a game winner. It's Checkmate Coatings. I've scouted them all. And this Jacksonville crew's the real deal.
I'm Brendan, owner of Checkmate Coatings. We transform pool decks, driveways, and patios with pro precision.
Score big at checkmatecoatings.com. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Their sound-shaped music for generations to come. Toto, live. One special night with hit after hit. March 2nd at St. Augustine Amphitheater. On sale now at AXS.com. Don't miss an evening with Toto, live.
The judge swings a gavel and I pound the hammer. I'm not judging, just hammering. Hammer time with Hayes Carlyon, weekdays on The Frangie Show.
On 1010XL, driven by Kia on Atlantic.
Hey, it's Joe C. When was the last time you flushed out your water heater? Flushing a water heater each year improves its efficiency and extends its lifespan. So call Roland Reese Plumbing for a routine water heater flush out and any other plumbing needs. 260-7059. Roland Reese Plumbing.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house, because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I just got back from the farm at Okefenokee. Man, it's incredible. Just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. I was so impressed. It's about connecting with nature, with food, with community. And now you can own your very own handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm. Everything you need is there. You'll hardly need to go grocery shopping. Learn more about all of it at okefarm.com. That's OKEfarm.com, the farm at Okefenokee.
Pickett here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out, Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
Football season is here, and our hometown team isn't the only one ready to stack up the wins. At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, you score big every time you shop with us. Thousands of vehicles, no flags, no fumbles, just hassle-free car buying and big wins with lifetime warranties, lifetime oil changes, and lifetime customer service. Plus, our wow pricing lets you celebrate a touchdown of savings. Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi. We're here to wow you.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I've got a challenge for you. Go stand next to your window. You feel a cool draft? Well, then you need Pella. The experts at Pella Windows and Doors can easily fix that with energy-efficient windows to keep the drafty air out and save you money every month. And how does 0% interest for 60 months sound? Go to PellaJacks.com and schedule a free home energy checkup. That's PellaJacks.com, or visit the showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows and tell them you heard about Mike's challenge on 1010XL.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Houston 36, Jacksonville 29. The wound is wide open. You got to make plays. I mean, we've talked about it week to week. This team has found ways to win games, and you look at it, and it's like, you know, it hasn't been pretty. As a matter of fact, it's been ugly. And then sooner or later, it's going to catch up with you. I don't think there's any question about it. The highest paid guy in the team is Trevor Lawrence. got a $17 million cap figure. How's he doing? Second highest paid player on the team, Josh Hines Allen, has a $15,370,000 cap number. How's he doing? Third highest paid guy on the team, Trayvon Walker, $11,891,000. How's he doing? Foye Oluokun, fourth, $10,368,000. How's he doing? Devon Hamilton is next. Diami Brown, all of a sudden on a milk carton. You know, over $8 million a year. Eric Armstead, $7,400,000 a year. Walker Little, oh boy. I mean, I think we're going to start calling him the Matador. Unbelievable, man. Just getting, I mean, nothing. You're getting absolutely nothing out of Walker Little. It was a brutal contract by Trent Baalke. You know, your next biggest, highest paid free agent, Patrick McCarry. You're not getting anything close to elite performances from these players. To win in this league, your best players have to make a play. Who's been the best players on this team? Travis Etienne, Parker Washington, Jordan Lewis,
Devin Lloyd.
Who? Jerry and Jones played out of his skull the last 2 weeks. He was ranked second Pro Football Focus last week, ranked number 1 this week. He's only in there because of an injury. Okay, it obviously has not done what is expected with his new position move, going outside as a corner compared to doing what he did very well last year as a rookie in the slot. I mean, there's your evidence right there. Travis Hunter out. Brenton Strange out, albeit some good news today. We'll get there momentarily. Hopefully, the 21-day window begins. Hopefully, he's able to give it a go this Sunday against the Chargers. Brian Thomas Jr. I mean, it's mystifying. It's shocking they're 5-4 if you look at it that way. And I know a lot of you people are thinking 5-4. This team should be, 7-2. They should have won yesterday. They should have won in Cincinnati. They did not. And that's what hurts. All right, tonight's show is brought to you by the Miller Electric Company, one of the most experienced and trusted companies in all of Duval. They've been around for more than 96 years. And if you're looking for your next big opportunity, I got great news for you. They are hiring. Hey, no matter where you drive in town, what's going on? Construction. Everyone wants to move here. Okay? I have a feeling a lot of people from New York are all of a sudden going to want to move here. Okay? They keep coming from really every direction. And I mean that when I say every direction. They come to Duval and they want to live here. Why? It's a wonderful city. If you are an electrician, you're unhappy, you're undervalued, go to MillerCareers.com. Getting out of high school, maybe college is not your thing, MillerCareers.com. Want a total change in your career, right? MillerCareers.com. They believe in rewarding hard work, the best pay, top-notch benefits, in an unbeatable culture where people actually care about one another. That is Miller Electric. Go to MillerCareers.com for all the information. All right, let's get to Liam Cohen. I thought this was a huge part in the game. I've gone back and I've watched it time and again. To me, it was one of those deals where it just felt like Trayvon Walker hit the quarterback too hard. If you see the replay, was there some head-to-head contact? When we first heard about it, it was a roughing the passer. It was a personal foul. I was under the impression that he put all of his body weight on Davis Mills, or at least that is what they called, even though the replay clearly shows he had his arms extended. And he was not trying to put the body weight on Mills. Anyway, I asked Liam Cohen this right after the game. Did you get an explanation on the Trayvon Walker sack? He had his arms out like he was trying not to put body weight on Mills. Did you get any explanation?
Any of the contact with the head, they're going to call. They're going to call it. And they said that it was, contact on the head. I didn't see the pass interference either. That brought him down inside the 5-yard line or whatever when John Ryan makes the play on the ball or gets his head around or whatever it was. I didn't see, they said that he might have had his wrist or something, but yeah, we're not going to get any of those.
I hate to do the official thing. I do. I hate to blame the refs. It's cowardly. It's such an excuse, right? I mean, they should have won this game going away. But, boy, those two calls really affected them. And the one that he mentioned there with Jarian Jones, I've watched that several times now. That was just a Bush League call. I think you have to earn calls. We talked about that in week 2. There was no such thing as Jordan rules that applied for the sensational rookie in Travis Hunter during that second game. He did not get a call. All right? He is legally allowed to touch the wide receiver if you turn your head around. And he did, albeit it was late, but he still turned his head around. Didn't get a call. Jacksonville again yesterday on the road, not getting what I thought were enormous calls. So you got to take it for what it is. I think you have to understand that going in. And something else that hurts the Jaguars is, you get a reputation. You see this in every sport. I grew up in Boston in the 80s where if Wade Boggs didn't swing, it wasn't a strike. I mean, it could be smack dab right over the heart of the plate. And if Wade Boggs didn't take it off his shoulder, it was a ball. You can see things in hockey where you have a rat, a guy like Brad Marchand, okay? He's going to get called for something that other players are not going to get called for. So we always hear about, the Jordan rules and how if you hit Brady or you hit Mahomes or you hit Allen, you're going to get a call, right? If you hit Trevor Lawrence, if you hit Davis Mills, actually Mills did get a call yesterday, you're not going to get that call. You have to change your reputation. And Jacksonville came into this game with 74 penalties. The most penalized team in football. They added 9 more accepted penalties yesterday. Changing your image, changing your identity is very important. All of these officials are, I guess we are told, graded privately, right? I mean, they're never going to come out and talk to any one of us after the game. We got into that last week. For once, Dabo Swinney was actually right about the comments he made with officiating a week ago. That is something that should change in the NFL, and that is something that should change in big-time college football. I don't think it is. For one reason or another, they continue to protect, and we saw the ugly side of this on, during yesterday's ball game. All right, a ton of stuff is coming in, and let's get right to it. There's nothing more important than this. It's still a very viable schedule. It's still a very winnable schedule. As much as this one does hurt, the wild card is still there for the taking. I think the divisional title now, boy, that was a big blow. I mean, just look at what happened yesterday in Germany, overtime, and, the Indianapolis Colts, what they're able to do right now offensively is pretty scary. But in order for this to happen, your best players have to make plays, and they have to make plays in the most important part of games. That is deep into the second half, and anything but did occur yesterday. So, that's where I'm at. Where's your confidence level with your best players? And I think you can ask yourself the question, who are the best players, right? Now, you have guys who are overachieving. I think ETN's overachieving. I think Jarian Jones is now overachieving. I think Buster Brown is overachieving. Parker Washington is overachieving. All right? There's a lot of guys with big name recognition who are underachieving, right? If you were to rank these players and what they would mean if you were building a roster, the guys I just mentioned probably wouldn't be on your list. They certainly wouldn't be in the top 5, probably not in the top 10. But what about, and we understand that this team, okay, if you were to look at 3 of their better players, they've been out. Devin Lloyd's been out, came back yesterday. Brenton Strange been out 4 games. Trayvon Walker's playing with one arm. Again, I hate to present this and then kind of fill it in with an excuse. But it's the truth. I mean, look at Houston. They had 7 guys out yesterday. They had 6 starters out. Go back to the loss 3 weeks ago against Seattle. 3/4 of their secondary was out. Jacksonville couldn't move the football. Jacksonville couldn't pass the football. You know, they could not score against a Seattle team at home that they absolutely should have beaten. So, you know, that is where this football team is right now. Are their leaders, are their best players, are they going to take that step forward, or are they going to continue to just basically tread water? And that's what this team is doing. So I want to get some of your thoughts on that. It's 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Also, you can join us tonight on YouTube. Same deal. Just go to 1010XL into the night. Also want to replay a couple of minutes that I spent with Trayvon Walker in the locker room yesterday, and I want you to hear his explanation as to what the official told him. In my opinion, it was totally different than my understanding in what we received in the press box. I haven't listened to the television broadcast yet. I typically do that on Tuesday, so I'll have a better understanding of what they said for tomorrow night's show when I get that opportunity to listen to it. But let's come back and let's do that. We got much more to do as well. Just a crazy time and a very difficult pill for you to swallow. Bottom line, it counts as a loss, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's a loss, but it's certainly one that stinks. I don't think anyone would argue with that.
The Gator Boys are back and ready to defend their national title.
Florida will cut down the nets. Winners of the national championship.
This is Gator Country. Your home for Gators hoops is 1010XL.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here, and I recently celebrated a birthday with friends and family, and a lot of photos were taken. And you go on Facebook and you look, and you have those memories of years past on the same day. And I saw pictures of myself from 2 years ago. I couldn't believe it. I absolutely couldn't believe it. That's back when I was over 300 pounds. I mean, I was in a bad spot in life with my weight. And now here we are, my birthday in 2025, down over 100 pounds, keeping the weight off. I look like a completely different human being. I can't tell you how many times I'm told that pretty much on a daily basis by people who haven't seen me in quite some time. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com. I'm living proof. If you want to drop the weight, Awaken 180 Weight Loss is your answer. 844-346-1800.
Cool air and clean air. Getting out from under that Florida sun and cooling off inside is where Florida Home AC shines. Think about it. You spend a lot of time indoors, and air quality is crucial to your health and comfort. Pollutants like dust, pollen, germs, and allergens can build up, affecting your well-being. Florida Home is dedicated to enhancing your indoor experience with superior air quality solutions like whole home air purification systems. Find out by logging on to FloridaHomeAC.com or call 877-4300.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnick Buick GMC is proud to be the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville, earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right, and they give a bunch back to the community. Visit NimnickBuickGMC.com today to learn more, or visit their showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville trusts. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the First Coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
When plumbing problems strike, don't settle for just any plumber. Make the superior choice with Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. We don't just fix leaks, we fix them right. With honesty, fair pricing, and innovative solutions that can save you thousands. From camera inspections of your pipes to trenchless pipelining that repairs cast iron pipes without tearing up your yard. We go way beyond the drip and clog at Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. No gimmicks, no upsells, just superior service every time. Make the superior choice. Learn more at superiorplumbingjax.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, every night on a Monday, we do What Floored Me, brought to you by Fantastic Floors. Rusty and his wife, business owner here for more than 15 years, serving Northeast Florida with quality flooring. Okay, huge selection, hardwood, tile, LVP, carpet, family owned, and that's always important. At-home consultation, how does that sound? All you do is call them. They'll come. They'll show you everything they got. Very convenient, all right, and no pressure. Tailor-made for you and what you want to do as far as changes with your home. Professional installation backed by warranties. Just go to fanfloors.com. I'm going to go to Lubbock. The Texas Tech Red Raiders, unbelievable. They just pound BYU. They forced 3 takeaways. BYU can't score until the fourth quarter, and Texas Tech, even through some injuries, balanced attack passing as well as rushing, and they're a team right now you better have noticed. They're right there in the same category as Indiana, in my opinion. 2 huge developing stories. I guess some projected Indiana after making the playoffs a year ago. But, Tech lost by 3 points at Arizona State, and they have Central Florida this weekend, and they go to West Virginia. So you're looking at an 11-1 team who is going to play in the Big 12 championship. That is what floored me. Okay. Let's get to I wanted to do that, but let's save that for just 1 second. I want to stay on this, and then sooner or later it has to be let go as far as the refereeing and the penalties. Again, only losers hang on to that. But I also think it does apply. I think it came up huge in this game yesterday. Trayvon Walker trying to get back to where he was. Nearly that sack there, that big hit. Also, nearly a sack later in the game. Somehow Davis Mills, escaped his hands. Got to wonder if he had 2 hands. Would he have been able to get that sack? Anyway, it was a saddened locker room after the game yesterday, and I did catch up with Trayvon Walker. Obviously, Trayvon, very, very disappointing loss for you guys.
Yep, most definitely.
Yeah. Is it right now still kind of a shock to see what happened there in the fourth quarter?
It's definitely a shock, but obviously we didn't go out there and finish the game. We didn't close the game. We didn't do our part, so I wouldn't say Yes, it's shocking that they came back and won the game, obviously, but we just got to go execute what's called.
Did they change up the offense at all in the fourth quarter? Did they make any adjustments?
I just think it comes down to us doing our job, our individual job, and all being on the same page.
I thought it was an awful call on your sack. What explanation? Because you had your arms out like you weren't trying to put your body weight on Mills. What was the explanation?
The ref said just lower my targeting area as far as tackling. Other than that, that was the only explanation I got. The referee called it, so I mean, that's the call that they made. But for me in that situation, I could be better in that situation by just simply going for the ball. And then hopefully that could change the 3 points that they got from that series, and that gets us the ball back. So I just got to put more attention to detail on tackling the ball right there in that situation.
Last one for you. What's it going to be like to get back home, 5 weeks away, and the crowd's certainly be ready to go. I know this one's difficult and you're going to have to turn the page, but what's that going to be like coming up this week?
It should definitely be exciting. Obviously, anytime you get a home game, you want to take advantage of those games where you got your fans. We're just looking forward to getting home and getting back on track. That's probably the main thing coming off a loss like this, getting back on track.
Thank you, Trayvon.
All right, that was Trayvon Walker in the locker room yesterday. I think the officiating needs to respect the rule and the identity of the rule, the targeting zone, the targeting area. If that was the case, why wasn't a targeting call made? Why wasn't he thrown out of the football game? To me, it was he hit him too hard. Honestly, he plastered him to the turf. And if you want to call a roughing the passer and say that his body weight did land on him, I mean, I've told this story a million times, but when that happened to Nick Foles when he threw the touchdown pass here, I think it was Frank Clark who landed on him. And I asked the official again, I almost got reprimanded for it because even though I was the sideline reporter, oh my God, you can't ask an official why he made a call like that. So you understand what I'm saying, Dylan? If it's targeting, then call it targeting, and that's it. Or call it a personal foul roughing the passer. You can't say you were in the targeting area.
Yeah, this was one of those things where, you know how football is now. When you have a violent hit, it's going to be called a personal foul of some sort. And the personal foul of either roughing the passer or targeting, I don't know if it really matters. I guess it matters, exactly for the verbiage in the moment. But, I mean, you and I, we both watch enough football now to where you can't do that kind of stuff, which is ridiculous because that was a clean hit and he didn't try to do anything egregious. It's football. It's like a car accident. You can't make car accidents safe. And it is what it is.
Jacksonville is tied for 32nd in the league with 12 sacks. Okay? They entered the ball game with a 3.3% sack rate. Yesterday, they upped that to 4.4. 45 dropbacks by Davis Mills. 2 sacks by Jacksonville. What's the big problem here? Is it no pass rush? And again, I've got, according to Daniel Griffiths, I have 6 pressures yesterday for Armstead, 4 for Walker Lloyd and Josh Hines-Allen, a couple for Johnson and Gardeck, and then 1 apiece for Strigal, Wingard, Aloha Khan, and Smoot. So what's the big problem here? Is it the pass rush, or is it the fact that Davis Mills is getting rid of the ball like right around 2 seconds? Okay? Is Jacksonville defensively right now in this zone coverage, are they too deep? Are they giving up stuff that is in front of him? We talked about Davis Mills a week ago. His average was, 4.6 per pass in the ball game last week when they lost by 3 points against Denver. His average per pass here yesterday, this doesn't actually tell me, but I think it was well over 6 yards. Let me see if I can find that for you. I mean, and that may not seem like a lot for those who, don't really understand how that works, but we're talking about 45 attempts yesterday. Let's see right here. Davis Mills, 6.5. So he improved his yardage per by 2 yards, okay? And he's still getting rid of the football a lot faster than Trevor Lawrence is getting rid of the football. He's getting rid, and Trevor's typically, top 5 in the league when it comes to his release point. Something that Davis Mills did very well yesterday, getting rid of the ball. So let's enter this into the equation now. Does Jacksonville have to gamble a little bit more? Does Jacksonville have to bring their corners up closer to the line of scrimmage and not backpedal once the ball is getting snapped? Stay with them. Run with them. Is that something that Anthony Campanile is going to be forced to change now during this particular point in the season? Because Jacksonville's not getting home, okay? They're not creating sacks. Josh Allen yesterday had 4 pressures. He had a quarterback hit. Josh Allen's paid to get sacks. He's not living up to his money. He has to get sacks, okay? The great players get sacks. Micah Parsons tonight, he's going to get sacks. And listen, I understand that he's getting double teamed. I understand that in one-on-one situations, Josh Allen is above average player. But we're not talking about being above average. We're talking about being elite. Jacksonville's not going to go to the next level until they find themselves tremendous football players. You can't be average. You can't be sporadic. They have to develop, okay, and make these players among the best in the NFL. They don't have that in any position group. I hate to say it. We were talking about in the preseason that the best combination of ends in the league is Walker and Hines Allen. Do you want to sit here and have a conversation and compare them to Hunter and Anderson? Do you want to? I don't want any involvement in that conversation. That's complete domination by Houston. And the offensive line's got problems still. I mean, Walker Little had 3.5 sacks yesterday. And he just looked like he was so over his head. Yet this is a 5-4 team. Yet this is a team that finds ways to win ugly games. Yeah, they didn't yesterday, and that's awful. But, how do they respond? What is this football team going to do? They're a dog now, and not only are they a dog now, but here are the 2 things you're going to hear as we head to this break. How does Jacksonville recover? A loss like that, how do you respond? And you just know that the national media, they are absolutely going to pick LA to come in here and win this football game this weekend. So even though the latest is 1.5 points, they really are taking on the underdog role Sunday at 1 o'clock. All right, let's get ready for our second hour. It's absolutely going to involve you. 2 ways you can join us. Let's welcome in those who are, and they are drinking heavily right now on YouTube. And I'm jealous, okay, because going through this yesterday sober and going through this again today sober is not good, okay? I recommend it. Just don't drive if you're out there having a couple of cocktails. You can go to YouTube, 1010XL into the night. Also, the text line is 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
After our son's shoulder issues were worsening, we took him to see Dr. Snyder at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, who recommended PRP treatment. We trusted Dr. Snyder's evaluation and look forward to seeing him pitch again. For the right care, the best care, we highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Are you ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? It's the Black Friday sales event going on now at Renewal by Anderson. Buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 years. This offer expires November 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is served by Tandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Yo, 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 it's your boy E to the T here, and I know that getting into an accident is stressful, but getting the proper care doesn't have to be. That's why I recommend McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center. Even if you're at fault, your insurance covers you. And remember, you have the right to choose your own doctor. Even a minor accident can cause whiplash for years if it goes untreated. So don't wait. Call the auto accident experts at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation. Your recovery starts today.
Expert Automotive on St. John's Bluff Road has some of the highest Google reviews in Jax for a reason. Expert Auto never sells greed, only what you need. All makes and models are serviced at Expert Automotive. This month, get an alignment inspection for only $19.99. Expert Auto does major engine and transmission repair and simple maintenance. All services done at Expert Auto by our ASC certified training technicians. Call today, 374-3373, and ask about $50 off any service. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use, depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Winter and spring registration is already cranking up at I-9 Sports, and if you have kids ages 3 to 17, I-9 Sports is inviting you to get them on the field or in the gym with great sports like girls flag football. Plenty of places to play like Oakley, Fleming Island, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Log on to i9sports.com and see all the sports they have to offer across the First Coast. In Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Registration open right now for winter and spring sports at i9sports.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Now, I will say this. I usually don't enjoy Twitter wars. You don't usually win. You get off the tough streets of X with a bloody nose. But I really touched a nerve with Houston fans by, in the box, filming the Walker awful call. And these fans won't let up. Here's the way I look at it. Take the W and move on down the road. But if you're so bothered by me saying this, doesn't that lend to the fact that it is the truth? I mean, if this is the other way around and there was a bad call and people were going after Jaguar fans saying, hey, you got to call, wouldn't you put that win in your back pocket and move on, right? Houston's not. They're still on, and they're calling me every word in the book. And I'm just like, listen, you can't sit at the adult table. If you can't have a conversation about this without name calling. So, like, listen, I understand the rivalry with Houston. And I wish Jackson was a little bit more competitive. I've never really had a deal with Houston fans, but they've really shown their ass since their victory yesterday.
Yeah, and that's just fans. I mean, I haven't seen exactly what you tweeted in the reaction, but I can imagine what it is. I'm sure it's more of you're making an excuse for why the Jags lost, and probably a couple of name calling if I had to guess.
Yeah. Yep. There's a whole bunch of that going on right now in H-Town. And it hurts a little bit more because you lose a ball game to them. All right, let's get to Liam Cohen today. This may be the best bit of news that Jaguar fans have heard in quite some time. Today, Liam Cohen was asked about the return of tight end Brenton Strange.
Yeah, I think, we'll open up that window this week to get him get him practicing a little bit here this week and see what that looks like Wednesday, Thursday, specifically to see how he's feeling, see how he's looking. I know he's very eager to get out there and compete and play and make an impact on our offense like he was doing before he got banged up. So, trying not to put a ton of huge expectations on him or, different pressures. It's more so just, hey, let's get you out there and get practicing again, get catching the ball from the quarterback again, to see what it looks like. We're obviously hopeful, but have to take it day to day.
Yeah, so that's as iffy as it can be. Listening to that, it kind of feels like Devin Lloyd of a few weeks ago, where I think some felt Lloyd would return. He did not. For the game in Vegas. He was there yesterday. Kind of feel the same way here about Brenton Strange. If I was to gamble on this, it would be he's another week away. But we'll see. Tomorrow's an off day. Back at it Wednesday, Thursday. We'll check the injury report and get somewhat of an understanding. But that would help immensely for this football team, not only with their pass offense, but also in the category of run blocking, as well as pass blocking. That's another part of yesterday's game that really surprised me, Dylan. Early on, actually we're up at the top of the hour here, so we'll begin our second hour with it. But if you look at the first half summary, ETN, 9 carries, 44 yards, an average of 4.9. Trevor Lawrence is doing some good things with his legs. Trevor Lawrence is doing some good things right now, picking up first downs when it comes to rushing the football. All right, I would have to say that's the best part of his game right now. He's doing more and more of that. It appears he's going to set, record numbers as far as rushing this year, and he's not taking as many hits, right, outside of the Aziz thing. And that's really what fired up most people. That's the one I quoted when he went head hunting. That's where Houston fans got all upset. But they just couldn't run the ball in the second half. They tried. They just couldn't do it. And it ended up being only 12 yards on 7 carries for 12 yards is what ETN had in the second half after 9 for 44 in the first 30 minutes of play. We get another hour on the other side. It's great to have you with us.
It's D-Rock's Deep Dive into Jacksonville football.
Hey, where's your sense of adventure? Mike DeRocco with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony every Thursday on Jaguars Today. Opened by Lee and Kate's Glass on 1010XL.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers, or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
I know two brothers whose minds are always in the gutters.
Hi, I'm Tim.
And I'm Kevin.
We are the Good Brothers.
That's good with an E.
From Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
We install 6 and 7-inch seamless gutters, plus we repair and replace roofs, pool enclosures, and super gutters.
We are the Good Brothers, veteran-owned and local.
Visit goodbrothersroofsandgutters.com.
License number CCC 1334384.
Good Brothers Roofs and Gutters.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 10th, 1990, the Phoenix Suns defeat the Denver Nuggets 173-143 to tie a record held by the Celtics for most points scored in a non-overtime game.
Say goodbye to glasses and contacts with customized vision treatments at Bowden Associates. Hey, Hicken here. Dr. Bowden and his expert team bring you all the latest options like Evo implantable Caliber lenses, refractive lens exchange, or traditional LASIK. Tailored just for you. Imagine waking up to clear vision. No hassle, no fuss. You ready to see the difference? Call now or visit BowdenEye.com for a free screening. Bowden Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, poker players. Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine are bringing you a month full of big winnings. From holiday high hams at Best Bet Jacksonville to $500 every 30 minutes up for grabs on the fast action table games. November is filled with fast, fun poker action and over $825,000 in giveaways. Best Bet has all the action this month. See all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Jacksonville, are you ready? The college basketball season is tipping off soon with an epic in-state showdown. The defending national champion Florida Gators and the Miami Hurricanes go head-to-head in the Jacksonville Hoop Showdown. Be there Sunday, November 16th at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena and witness this in-state rivalry live. Secure your seats now at Ticketmaster.com. It's Florida versus Miami right here at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, November 16th. Ticketmaster.com.
Your home is your sanctuary, where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentist and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Slow, and I want to talk to you today about having a grateful spirit. As we journey in life, it's so easy to take things for granted. But I want to encourage you to never get tired of thanking God for your blessings. Take time also to thank the people in your life who have and are helping you to become the person you are today. Don't go through life complaining, go through life praising.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, if you missed it, coming out of Tallahassee, no, Mike Norvell wasn't fired. Instead, he said, and I quote, he has elite expectations. I've actually won a championship, and I'm going to win another right here. So, I guess he is calling Atlantic Coast Conference championships a championship. It's not. It's about winning a national title. Florida State thoroughly embarrassed, outcoached, outplayed. I mean, how many drops did they have on Saturday night? The Gators as well, just an awful effort against Kentucky. Both teams right now reeling, completely out of control. And maybe I'll share that quote with you tomorrow night on the program. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We will see. But not a good weekend for Florida State, and Jacksonville Jaguar fans. The 77-65 says Ballou. Trevor's garbage no matter who comes back on the team. A lot of people have their mind made up. And I'm not here to sway your opinion anyway. What I am a part of is you're going to have to keep waiting, okay? You just can't blow this up right now. The contract is so bad. And I'm never going to be one of those guys, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. But I think I was the only one in town, honestly, I do, who said I wouldn't sign him to that long-term contract extension. I thought it was too premature. And so many of you said, yeah, but it's going to be a benefit at the end when other guys are getting this, and that's going to look like a bargain. I've received a lot of this, Dylan, over the last day. And in my mind, we're not there yet. But if things happen like yesterday, you're eventually going to get there. And that comes down to, at what point does this brand new organization look at one another, the collaborative effort, and say, he's not the guy?
I think that would probably start with Liam Cohen. Like, he would probably be the one that would probably go to management and be like, I don't know what I can do much longer, if it gets to that point. Now, when does that happen? Who knows? Trevor didn't play well. And, I mean, I'm not defending him, but Houston's defense has made every quarterback they've played this year not look good.
Mm-hmm.
And, the offense scored primarily in the first half off of the 2 turnovers, that Jarian Jones interception, and then the special teams fumble, and then a Parker Washington touchdown. And it feels like that's what this team has really scored on. I know there's been, a couple instances where the offense has done something, the end of that Kansas City game, but by and large, it feels like this team has only really scored and done a lot with the turnovers they've created.
I want to say that you scored 29 points at Houston. You should win. This was the top scoring defense in the NFL coming in. They were only allowing 15 points a game. Let's look at this real quick. Even though they got off to an 0-3 start, they allowed 14, 20, and 17 and 3 losses. They then shut out Tennessee, won in Baltimore 44-10. They did give up 27 a few weeks ago at Seattle, so that's a high. They gave up 15 against San Fran. They gave up 18 against Denver. So Jacksonville put up 29. That's the most that anyone has scored on them this year. That should have been good enough to win the game. Now, you look at the numbers, they're not good. As you pointed out, you got a tremendous return by Parker Washington, and you got gifted because of the Ventrell Miller kick return force fumble, and as well the pick right out of the gate by Jarian Jones. I mean, you were on Houston's side of the field. They slanted field, and Jacksonville took advantage of it. They put up 10 points. All right, so they just couldn't sustain anything. Again, there are plenty of people out there that are going to say this isn't on Trevor. Okay, there are other issues. But I'm being asked a lot about it. And right now, I am under the belief that financially, it's not even a question. I think it's still like this. You better find a way to fix him. You better coach him up. You better get some other players to surround him. You cannot afford. I had a conversation with a member of the media yesterday off the, I won't mention his name, but could you make a trade? That's what he's talking about. He mentioned the Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford type of trade. Okay, well, Matthew Stafford put up ridiculous numbers in Detroit. It was a losing organization. They weren't going anywhere, and obviously they made the move. He won a Super Bowl, and Goff's been real good. I mean, I hate to say it this way, but who would you rather have as your quarterback, Lawrence or Goff? I mean, you got to be an enormous homer not to say Goff right now based on what he's done. And again, you could say, well, there's a better offensive line, there's better running backs, there's better, wide receivers. All of that is certainly debatable. In a lot of cases, maybe even correct. But I don't think we're there yet. I don't think that conversation could really take place. Who are you going to draft? You don't have a first-round pick. Who are you going to trade for? Who's out there that could you make a deal with Arizona? And do you want Kyler Murray here? Okay?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking of some possible names that are available.
You have to think of one whose contract is viable with Trevor's. And you're pretty much going to get a lot of no's across the board. Jordan Love with Green Bay, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Like, none of those guys, none of those teams are going to give up their guy.
No way.
So, yeah, you're stuck with the guy you have for at least a little bit.
And that's why I still think the most important part of this entire conversation is you have to fix him. That's where you are now. You got to fix him. Now, sooner or later, that's going to run out if things do not get better. And, here's another part of all of this. And I even hate to say it, but I will. I mean, some Jag fans got pissed at me today because I said Kayvon Chason has 6.5 sacks. Kayvon Chason has more sacks than Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker combined. Kayvon Chason. All that guy did was eat and go to the bathroom here for 4 years. He's got 6.5 sacks on a team that's won 8 straight games. Now, this isn't this organization's fault. That was the prior regime. But coaching matters. What if all of a sudden you gave up on Trevor and he became a Baker Mayfield? He became a Jared Goff. He became a Sam Darnold. He became a Matthew Stafford. He became a Daniel Jones. He became a Joe Flacco. He became a guy with a new direction, with a new team. Everything just took off for him. The guys I mentioned, for the most part, every single one of them is a reclamation project. And now you've got Baker staring at, top of the line money. Jones, I don't know what the situation is going to be like there. I'd still be like, whoa, wait a minute here. Let's pump the brakes. But he's played to that level. Sam Darnold, I mean, you just look at Matthew Stafford. He should be right up there, in my opinion, as the MVP. And what does he have? 25 touchdowns and 2 picks? 25 touchdowns.
Did you see that Stafford just got to a career record of 500?
Mm-hmm.
He just got enough wins to where he overcame all those losses that he had in Detroit.
This isn't all on Trevor, but he has to play better. I mean, look at these quarterbacks. Jackson, 127.1 QB rating. Goff, 117.7. Darnold, 116.5. Stafford, 114.8. Hurts, 114.4. Drake May. I had Boston buddies a year ago tell me May's not the guy. They had a terrible coach in Jared Mayo. You bring in Mike Vrabel, who I'm telling you right now, Tennessee never should have gotten rid of. He's won 8 in a row for the Patriots. The Patriots were left for dead after Brady. And Belichick could no longer win there. Look at Mike Vrabel's doing. And look at Drake May in his second year. A 113.9 quarterback rating. Love, 107.9. Allen, 105.7. It goes on and on and on. Daniel Jones, 101.6. Baker, 99. I mean, you get through 30 quarterbacks. And then you get to Trevor Lawrence, 79.3. I mean, he's right there with Russell Wilson at 77.4. He's right there with Davis Mills at 77.6. He's right there with Bryce Young at 79.7. Geno Smith, 81.4. Kirk Cousins, 81.3. Dylan Gabriel. That's where he is. He's in the 30s. The numbers don't lie. 59.5% completion percentage. We get it. This team leads the NFL in drops. Again, there's always a yeah, but. You understand what I'm saying? No matter which way you go here, there's a yeah, but. Josh Allen doesn't get sacks. Yeah, but. Opposing quarterbacks are getting rid of the ball in 2 seconds. Josh Allen isn't getting sacks. Yeah, but he's getting double teamed. He's getting chipped. Trevor Lawrence is not a winning quarterback. Yeah, but the offensive line is awful. The team drops too many balls. They abandon the run too quick. I mean, there's valuable excuses, and I hate the excuse game. I think the only thing I hate more than the excuse game is blaming the officials. I'm doing both today, and I'm not happy with myself about it. The officials shouldn't even be a part of this conversation when you're up by 19 points in the fourth quarter. They shouldn't even come into play. But I do I wanted to mention that when I got another text on it. I'm getting all sorts of stuff on it. I just think it's too early. You know, I initially thought that Lawrence would be here longer than any of them. That Lawrence would be here longer than Cohen, Gladstone, and Baselli. And that if they can't fix him, they're going to bulldozer and start all over again. I now wonder about that. I do, if it gets to that point. I mean, what is the – I look at over the cap, and you get all these figures, and, you know, I don't understand it as well as I should. I never really have with the salary cap, but the money here is just incredible for Trevor Lawrence. And the dead cap hits and the money that you would have to – yeah, I'm looking at the dead cap figure here is $116.5 million for next year. Now, that's pre-June 1st. Let me see if that changes post-June 1st. But you also want to have your quarterback in order before June 1st. All right, post-June 1st would be $80,500,000. I don't even know how to begin to sort out this type of money. It's enormous. It is huge. So to answer your question, I still think where they are, it's fix it. You have no choice but to fix it, right? I hate it for some of you people that are locked in a marriage. You don't want to be in a marriage, whether it's your kids or whatever it is. Maybe it's cash. You can't afford to be divorced. You are stuck in a marriage because you can't afford to get out of it. That's the Jaguars right now with Trevor Lawrence. They can't move him, and they can't just cut him. They have to fix him. Is Liam Cohen the guy who can fix him? Can James Gladstone look at his team and build this team? I've always said fix the offense first, get to the defense later. Use your resources on your offense. And if you're going to lose a football, at least lose a game like you did yesterday, 36-29. That's a game that I'd rather lose, even though you blew a 19-point lead, than lose a 12-7 game. All right, we got tons more to do.
The atmosphere of a college football Saturday is electric.
Get pregame news and notes you need to know before the games begin.
It's the Bueller Aaron Plumbing College Kickoff.
Served up by Sonny's Barbecue.
Friday night at 6 on 1010XL.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
You already know it's your main man E to the T here for Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft. And with ball season here, make sure you're on the lookout for my instant reaction before, during, or after the game. All brought to you by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree drafts. Come on, somebody.
You like winning? This is former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus, and I'm excited to introduce you to J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling of Greater Jacksonville. If you're a property manager, contractor, builder, realtor, or homeowner, get that feeling of success with less stress. I've used them. My friends have used them. So get your free junk removal and hauling estimate today. Now, I call that a win. Veteran-owned and operated J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256. We haul it all.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
I love my propane company. They always answer when I call and give me great prices and fast service. Said no one ever.
Until now. Need propane for your home or business? Seabreeze Propane is bringing the propane as North Florida's new local propane provider. Visit SeabreezeLP.com.
Sea Breeze Propane. We make propane cool, brother. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. It's Thanksgiving time, man. But listen, don't deal with the toughest gravy, cranberry sauce, or pumpkin pie disasters. Let the cleaning freaks do it. Get back to clean. 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $149. A 4th room free with a canned food donation. Ideally, a full bag of cans, not just 1 or 2. Also, take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Call my friend Zero Res right now, 28757, or go online at zeroresjacksonville.com and say you want the 1010 special. Zero Res, spelled backwards and forwards. It spells the same.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
There's a lot of reasons to use Kuhn flowers when you need to send a floral arrangement. This is ET with 1010XL, and no matter what reason or the occasion, Kuhn Flowers delivers only the best. Log on to kuhnflowers.com and make somebody's day.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I've been telling you how proud I am of my daughter Amber, who's lost so much weight on Awaken 180. But it's been a while now, so I wonder if it's something she can maintain. So I sort of asked her, how's it going?
So far, so good, Dad. But you're right, it has been a while. But that's the beauty of the Awaken 180 plan. There's so much variety in the food choices, you don't get bored.
You look great. Do you feel better?
I feel so much better. And I know it's because of the weight loss and how it's changed my lifestyle. So there's no chance I won't sustain it.
Well, what about over the holidays? Look, you grew up in our home, and you know we love the holidays.
Oh, I still plan on enjoying the holidays. I just plan on doing it by eating right. And I've already had the conversation with my coach. She understands the challenges of the holidays, and she's guided so many folks just like me through this. We've already made a plan.
So take my kid's word for it. Awaken 180 works. It's sustainable, even over the holidays. So change your life by calling 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
My goodness, look at all these texts. Trevor Lawrence didn't lose the game yesterday. The Jaguars did. But, man, the blame is on him. 52-62. Blue, it all boils down to his lack of awareness. Talking about that since day one. Let me add this. Let me add it. 31 seconds to go, Dylan. He picks up a massive first down with his feet. He completes that pass to Parker Washington. That is in Cam Little's range for a game-winning field goal. Trevor Lawrence's last 6 drives last week in Vegas led Jacksonville to points. A come-from-behind victory. He would have done the same thing yesterday if they didn't flag Chuma Edoga for that penalty.
Yeah, I agree. And if Cam Little goes to kick however long it is, and he makes that kick and they win, we're having a completely different conversation.
There's no doubt.
And not even close.
There's no question about it. And we're talking more about Lawrence as being a game manager, not necessarily a guy that makes huge plays. But that's what this league is all about. If he had led them in consecutive come-from-behind wins, it would have been totally different today. There's no doubt.
And it didn't matter if it's a bad football team you're playing or a good football team. It changes everything. And now, I mean, you know, Rick, right now, as you look, Jacksonville is still a playoff team. They are the 7th seed in the wild card, and nobody has a lot of hope. And you look at the schedule, and there's a lot of bad teams they play in the future.
Yep.
But no one wants to hear that right now because you just had an insufferable loss.
Yeah, and you should, you know, you should be grieving for a while. You should be pissed for a while. I'm not going to tell you to get over this in one day. Hell no. I mean, as a fan, this is pretty close to devastating, what you witnessed yesterday. 79-71 says, come on, Rick, Trevor can't be fixed at this point. He is going to have to figure it out himself. He should have been franchised, maybe even cut. franchise. Wait, again, I'm not going to be that guy, but those who listen loyally and have been for years, you know that I said, do not sign this guy when they did. I just totally agreed it. 1596 says, nah, Rick, I said it too. I never would have signed him. I will. Yeah, okay. And you know what? Fans are never wrong. I'm saying that as a credit to you, not ripping you. Fans are never wrong. I remember that time, though. I remember when JJ was producing my show, I kept saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And you people were just all over me. You don't know what you're talking about, Ballou. This is going to reap benefits at the end of the deal. But you could, or if you made that comment now, you can make the comment now like 1596 that says, nah, Rick, I said it. And that's fine because you know why? You're a fan. You're never wrong. That's the beauty of it. And that applies on everything. That applies on fourth down. Go for it, go for it, go for it. Why the hell do they go for it? Fans are so good. They're never wrong. The players are wrong. The coaches are wrong. The analysts are wrong. 3073, Ballou, keep Trevor and make him a backup and get a better quarterback. Listen, okay. You're paying a guy $50 million a year as a backup. Now that's good work if you could find it. You know,
yeah, that's Kirk Cousins. Not even.
We've always said the best job in the NFL is a backup quarterback. Some guy who never plays and never gets hit. You just keep packing on your pension. You get paid.
Be like Shane Matthews. Hey, the best job in the world for 12 years.
No doubt, but $50 million. Whoa, 63.51 Ballou, $250 million. I know. That's a huge investment by Shad Khan. How do you explain this? How does that conversation go with Shad Khan? I saw Tony Khan yesterday in the press box in Houston. How does this go? I mean, he is the face of your franchise. And people are just now starting to kill him. Who was it? Nate Burleson killed him yesterday. Albert Breer, who I get on the show regularly, wondered if, a divorce is in its future. We're starting to see in some circles for the first time, he's not going to be here next year. Now, again, I don't believe that because of the money. And it's easy to throw that out, but explain the landing process here. Explain to me who takes him on for that money. What do you get in return? I mean, Jacksonville just gave away Tyson Campbell. They just gave him away. Greg Newsome, adequate. Okay, show me year. Probably won't be back next season. They just said, take this bad contract. I'm sure they'd love to do that with Walker Little. Just come and take this contract. All right, and we'll play Wyatt Milam, who you got to believe is going to be in there next year along with Jonah Monheim. I think that, that so much is going to change with that line. But it's so easy to say get rid of them. But what for? Who are you going to find out there that is willing to make this move with you? And the dead cap hit. Oh, my God. 0300 Ballou, crazy man. We don't have Jordan Lewis, Eric Murray, Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas. Give me a break, man. We're really 7-2 ball club, 100%. Okay, but every team's injured. You're going to hear about injuries tonight during what is going to be a very good Monday Night Football game. I mean, look at Houston. They were out 6 starters yesterday. Every team is dealing with this. The year that Jacksonville made the playoffs when Lawrence was a rookie was an incredible scenario for this team health-wise. I mean, they lost Ben Barch, they lost Shaq Griffin, but that was basically it. They lost Cam Robinson late. That team, if you look at starts by your starters, Jackson was far and away number 1 in the NFL. The least amount of players lost to injury. That's not the case this year. They're getting beaten up. 0981 Blue Wires. Nobody talking about how the Jags put up the most points against the Texans all season long. Seattle put up 26. All right. Yeah, we did a little bit ago. They put up 29. The offense did enough to win. Okay? They should have won. They benefited from takeaways. They benefited from, just a huge punt return by Parker Washington. But those who are down on Trevor are going to look at this. 13 of 23. 158. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Sacked 6 times. Quarterback rating of 74.2. I mean, Davis Mills was forced to throw. If I was to say to you, Houston's going to throw it 45 times, and Jacksonville's going to throw it 23 times, you would have thought they would have won this game by 19 points. I mean, 40. They ran it 22 times. Jacksonville ran it 27 times. It's very, very rare in this league to run the ball more than you pass the ball and lose.
Well, not only that, and get a special teams touchdown.
Yeah.
If you ever get a special teams touchdown, the odds are in your favor by a lot to win a game.
And you won the takeaway battle. Okay, that last play of the game technically is a turnover. You had the 1 pick, which was an underthrown ball. Okay? I actually, looking at it, he just missed. He missed by what? 6 inches. It doesn't matter. He missed by 6 inches on opening day to Travis Hunter, which would have been a long touchdown pass against Carolina. He misses yesterday. Stingley Jr. makes an incredible play. Okay? An absolutely fantastic play. But he made the play. If Trevor has that ball out 6 inches more, a foot more, then it's a first down. But we can play that game. We can continuously play that game. All right, good stuff rolling in tonight, man. So much of you. I try to respond to as many as I can. It's just really, really loaded, and I would expect that to be the case. If you want to join us tonight on YouTube, you can. That is 1010XL into the night. Also, our text line, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
Non-stop Knowles. Search 1010XL Seminoles on YouTube.
Jacksonville, Hickens calling it. Checkmate Coatings, my MVP. Tough, slick floors that dominate any space.
Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
All right, Truth Teller here. Small business owners need trucks and vans to keep your business moving. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside has Ram 1500s, the heavy-duty 2500s, Pro Masters, and custom uplifts ready to work. All right, visit them on Commonwealth Avenue or go online to jackswest.com. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local partner for work-ready vehicles.
Brackish Vodka, the spirit of the sportsman and proud partner of the Jaguars, is now available at the Fresh Market Spirits and Wine. The Fresh Market Spirits and Wine is a new adult beverage store offering spirits, wine, beer, and accessories at A1A North in Ponte Vedra, a first-of-its-kind destination for thoughtfully curated spirits, wine, and beer as only the Fresh Market can. And now, you can get Brackish Vodka at the Fresh Market. Brackish Vodka, for whatever your sport is. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Chelsea here, ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? During Renewal by Anderson's Black Friday sales event, buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 full years. Our Acclaim Impact windows are built for Florida homes, designed to help you save on energy bills while keeping your home comfortable all year round. Restrictions apply. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home design consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets savings.
As a contractor, finding reliable subcontractors is key to project success. Prosser here. Guys, that's where Lloyd's Heating and Air shines. Not just your mechanical HVAC experts, but your partner, understanding every facet of construction to keep your project on track. Lloyd's will spot issues early before they cause delays. If you're a contractor with a need for reliability, visit LloydsHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding. So easy to use, depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
I'm Frank Frangie for Ricketts Electric. Any good lineup needs power. When we needed power at the Bragan Baseball Complex and all the fields we have at Fort Family Park, we trusted Ricketts Electric. You're going to love these guys. The Ricketts family has been providing commercial and residential electric service for years. Call my friend Zach today at 904-320-5960. You can also find them on Facebook and at rickettselectric.com. Ricketts Electric, the city's best power connection. Call them today at 904-320-5960.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, here to share with you an actual client review.
Dude, these shirts are sick.
Check out the shirts and other sick promo items at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. I just upgraded my home with fantastic floors, and the experience was incredible. Rusty and the team brought the showroom to me with their at-home consultation. The whole process was simple, the installation was top-notch, and the results, absolutely fantastic. Take it from me. Don't wait. Visit fanfloors.com and schedule your at-home consultation today. Fantastic Floors, where every step is fantastic.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
We had our second firing today in the NFL. This time it's Brian Daboll. You know, a guy who had a really extensive background with Belichick in New England, with Saban at Alabama before becoming the offensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills. He is let go today. Mike Kafka will take over. The offensive coordinator is the interim head coach. So he becomes the second coach fired so far this year, you know, after Brian Callahan in Tennessee. There was a lot of talk about Mike McDaniel, even though I guess he got the vote of confidence for the end of the year. But that was a big-time upset yesterday with Miami knocking off Buffalo. Also coming up tonight, what a game this should be. Philadelphia going into Lambeau. The Eagles are actually a 1.5-point favorite in Green Bay tonight. That'll begin at 8:15, so some good stuff happening there. We lost Paul Tagliabue over the weekend, the former commissioner. We lost Lenny Wilkens, who I want to say is like the Eric Clapton of the NBA. I think he's in the Hall of Fame 3 different times as a player and a coach, and I want to say he was also inducted as a front office executive. I may be wrong on the latter, but I know he definitely went in as a, as a playmaker, as a guard, and as well as a coach. And then Dylan, my favorite all-time non-Boston Bruins fighter, Mel Bridgman, died over the weekend at the age of 70. He played for the Broad Street Bullies, and he wasn't the biggest guy, but he took them all on. And that was back when they really let him go. And, you had Dave Schultz, and you had the Watson brothers, and, Paul Holmgren. It just goes on and on and on. J. Bob Kelly, the great fighters that Philadelphia had. He was by far my favorite. Loved Mel Bridgman.
I didn't see that one, but I saw the other two. The NFL, the old commissioner, it always seemed like he was old. Like, he carried himself like, I know he got the job as a commissioner, like, I think at a young age.
Yeah.
And I know, like, it was different. It was a long time ago, but it always seemed like he was like 50 years old when he was like 30.
No.
And that's sad to see him go, man. He was good.
So rest in peace, Paul Tagliabue. Rest in peace, Lenny Wilkins. Rest in peace to a lesser extent, as far as knowledge out there with listeners, is former National Hockey League player Mel Bridgman. You want some entertainment? Go to YouTube and pull up old school hockey fights. And you'll see Mel Bridgman with a mustache and some of the battles he got in, man. That guy could throw him. He could also take a punch. So, unfortunately, all three did die over the weekend. 79-71, Ballou, this franchise would be much better off if they franchised Calvin Ridley instead of Allen, which we ended up signing. Franchised Trevor, kept Ingram. And then instead of a flyer on Hunter, drafted a lineman. Okay. It's always easy after the fact to go back and do this. Not criticizing your point. It's a fair point, but it's so easy after when it doesn't work, or it does work, to go back and make decisions based on that. That applies for every team. 79-50. What's worse, the Trevor J.H. And Little Dead money situation, or the Norvell contract buyout? Oh my gosh. Well, there's a hell of a lot more money with the three guys you're talking about in Jacksonville. They are among the three highest paid players on this organization. And my guess is that Trevor and Hines Allen, they're not going anywhere. They're just going to try to make them better. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do with the Walker Little situation. I don't even know how to explain that. He allowed 3.5 sacks yesterday. Just getting worked. And there is something called the eye test. That, you can look at the data and you can look at the numbers, and that can help affect your decision. But it's also observing the game and seeing things. And it was brutal yesterday. I mean, just brutal. And again, for Trevor, in the fourth quarter, here are the numbers. Every single drop back, he was pressured in the fourth quarter. He was sacked 3 times. I mean, they ran 9 plays. 3 and out, third one penalty, or fumble and touchdown. I mean, I can't. This is beyond shocking to me. I began the show with it. Jacksonville's last 3 drives, 3 plays minus 4 yards, took 2:12 off the clock. Then 3 plays, 6 yards, took 1:19 off the clock. They punted both times, 3 plays, 9 yards, a 10-yard penalty, and a fumble. Took 31 seconds off the clock. You're up 19 points. And Indianapolis goes 13 plays, 65 yards for a touchdown. Take 4:17 off it. And I say to Mike DiRocco and Brent Martineau and Ryan O'Halloran, who I was sitting with yesterday as far as the Jaguars media in Houston, and I'm like, look at Houston. Look at Davis Mills. I mean, you would think that they have a 3-score lead. He's like taking his time, running the clock down. I'm like, Where's the urgency here? Where's the juice? And then right in front of my face, he puts up 26 unanswered points.
Yeah, it's so you can't explain it. I mean, like we talked about all season, D tackles. You got to get a D tackle, and they didn't do anything in free agency. They didn't do it in the draft, and I know they got Saunders from New Orleans in that Luke Fortner trade right at the end of the preseason.
Finally active yesterday.
And finally active, and it's like you didn't get anything from Josh Hines Allen. Trayvon Walker had that sack that was a penalty. They didn't do anything in the fourth quarter. Eric Armstead got a sack yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, other than that, I mean, you're not getting anything from these D tackles.
No, you're not. The other two drives here by Houston, 6 plays, 51 yards, touchdown. 2:35 off the clock. And then finally, again, you go 93 yards, 14 plays, 93 yards. And they take 5:39 off the clock to score a touchdown. And, went for 2 and missed. And then, if you don't have that penalty by Chuma Edoga, there's an opportunity here for Cam Little, who I think's made, 8 straight kicks since the slump. And we never got to that. But, if you look at time of possession, Jacksonville held it by 30 seconds in the first quarter, right? 7:43 to 7:17. They were down 2 minutes in the second quarter, 8:20 to 6:40. They completely dominate the third quarter. 10 minutes, 35 seconds to Houston's 4:25. So now you've got Houston's defense that is tired. You're up by 19 points as you go into this fourth quarter. And we just went through the 3 Jacksonville drives and the 3 Houston drives. Houston, in the fourth quarter, 10 minutes and 58 seconds to 4 minutes and 2 seconds time of possession for the Jaguars. They completely flipped the game. So that is that. And you get out of this game with more questions than answers. I would like to believe that there is some leaders on this team and that they'll regroup, and that what's great about the NFL is that as bad as it is right now, and I expect it to be bad for you tomorrow, maybe even bad for you on Wednesday, but by the time you get to the weekend, everything changes, and it's a new game, Jacksonville certainly with a shot. I think just about everyone out there outside of Duval is going to pick L.A. here. I just think that is going to be the deal. They're a small favorite somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.5 points. We'll check the money this week as well and see where that ends up going.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I've been telling you how proud I am of my daughter Amber, who's lost so much weight on Awaken 180. But it's been a while now, so I wonder if it's something she can maintain. So I sort of asked her, how's it going?
So far, so good, Dad. But you're right, it has been a while. But that's the beauty of the Awaken 180 plan. There's so much variety in the food choices, you don't get bored.
You look great. Do you feel better?
I feel so much better. And I know it's because of the weight loss and how it's changed my lifestyle. So there's no chance I won't sustain it.
Well, what about over the holidays? Look, you grew up in our home, and you know we love the holidays.
Oh, I still plan on enjoying the holidays. I just plan on doing it by eating right. And I've already had the conversation with my coach. She understands the challenges of the holidays, and she's guided so many folks just like me through this. We've already made a plan.
So take my kid's word for it. Awaken 180 works. It's sustainable, even over the holidays. So change your life by calling 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL. Served by Dandy Foods, making quality fresh sandwiches since 1956.
Jacksonville, hunting season is here, and nobody gears you up like Green Acres Sporting Goods. home of the largest archery pro shop in Northeast Florida. They've got everything for all seasons: archery, black powder, and general gun season. Green Acres is a fully stocked Browning dealer with ammo, accessories, and safes. Don't miss out on Florida's Second Amendment sales tax holiday, happening now through the end of the year. Gear up today at greenacresporting.com.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Resto Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Resto Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
Resto Pros!
Hey, First Coast, it's your boy Leon Searcy, your lemon pepper guy. Back and better than ever for Wingstop. You know I can't resist those crispy, flavorful wings that make your taste buds dance. Wingstop just opened a hot new spot on Jeremiah Street in Middleburg. There's 17 locations now serving up the most mouth-watering wings in town. And my all-time favorite, lemon pepper. Try their new quick and easy ordering on the app and swing by today for fresh, hot wings made for you. Only at Wingstop.
Lucas Tree Service is a certified arborist and a local family-owned business with over 45 years of experience. They specialize in tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for both residential and commercial properties. Get prepared for storm season and receive top-notch customer service from Lucas Tree Service, 904-241-3533. Online at lucastreeservice.com.
Hey folks, Frank Franzi here for Lee and Kate's Glass. Now with the holidays coming, it's time to update that dated-looking bathroom setup and give yourself the gift of a gorgeous new frameless shower with big, sexy glass you spend every morning and night in that bathroom. A new shower enclosure from Lee and Kate's Glass will look fantastic and make your bathroom feel like a luxurious spa. You'll love it. You deserve it. Request the free in-home consultation. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
You're gonna see a big difference.
The holidays are here, full of joy, family, friends, and yes, a little hustle and bustle. That's why you need Aleve. Between cooking, shopping, and all those extra errands, aches and pains can sneak in. Aleve is here to help with long-lasting body pain relief. Don't let body pain slow you down. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, you can keep up with the season's magic and all that awaits. Pick up Aleve and get back to what really matters, making memories. Use as directed.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, Hacker's coming up right now. It's Hacker After Dark. You've already had an opportunity to vent once, but I would imagine this is going to be somewhat of a different audience for you tonight. Your thoughts going into your show?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the fifth quarter was quite spirited 24 hours ago, as you can probably imagine. Just a disheartening loss. Like, I usually try to go back, even with the losses, try to go back and watch it so I have a better grasp on what to talk about on Monday night's program. Rick, I wanted no part of that DVR earlier today. I don't ever want to watch that fourth quarter again. You honestly know what it was? It was a good moment for you 31 years ago. It honestly reminded me a little bit of Florida State 1994. Yeah. 31-3, where if nothing went right for the Gators and Florida State came back to tie it at 31, I promise you I was having flashbacks of that game as Houston was gaining 9 yards a pop running the ball there in the fourth quarter.
As the late Bobby Bowden said, that was a great win. Tie.
Yeah.
And then the fifth quarter and the French Quarter. But I'm still really... If you told me this happened with Urban Meyer or with Gus Bradley or Doug Marrone, I would have been like, okay, mate. I didn't think with this staff this could happen.
No, agreed. The coaching staff was not good in the fourth quarter. The players were not good. And the thing is, look, after every loss, we come in here and what's our message? Always mine. Well, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. Or how's this team going to respond to adversity? Well, what do you say when your offensive line gets physically whipped for the fourth quarter and your defensive line gets physically whipped in the fourth quarter. Man on man, mano a mano, our best versus your best. And the Houston Texans dominated you physically.
Right.
It's just kind of hard to come up with many excuses for the Jaguars. They got beat at the game of football yesterday in the fourth quarter.
James Gladstone's got a lot of work to do, but building the ditch is going to be among, the biggest that he is going to have to do. All right, what else you got tonight?
Yeah, we'll try to make sense of it. My buddy Jamal St. Cyr of Channel 4 will join me. We'll also go down to Gainesville, Graham Hall, 24/7 Sports, Swamp 247. What an interesting dynamic. Florida laid down and died in Lexington, so normally you wouldn't even care about this next game, except they play Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss, which is a crazy scenario. So there's a lot to get into. We're with you till 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, so you got that coming up. If you missed it, Mike Norvell said today he's going to win a national championship with Florida State.
Yeah, he is.
I asked him to send me some of that Tallahassee homegrown. You got to be kidding me. All right, that'll do it for us as well. Thank you to Dylan Denmark. Also, thank you to Trayvon Walker. Caught up with him in the locker room yesterday. I have many other player interviews to run, or I don't know, maybe not run. We'll see. Could be as early as tomorrow night. We'll rejoin you 6 to 8 on Tuesday. That's going to be the drill. Again, I got so many tonight as far as social media. I appreciate all of you. Just didn't have an opportunity to respond to most, but it is appreciated. Folks, have a great night. My name is Rick Ballou. We'll talk tomorrow at 9 right here, at 6 right here on 92.5 FM and 92.5 FM, the app.
Check in Tuesdays for Jeff Lageman and Check the Tape Tuesday.
We'll keep you up to date with the latest in NFL news
Tuesdays during football season on Jaguars Today.